Look who's back. Yes, we missed you too. The Untold Stories of Africa is back for a bigger and better year. In 2019, we got to introduce ourselves to you, and we do hope that you still run with us even.
Deep in the heart of Africa, are stories left untold, successes drowned by the world's cold, winners not seen by the naked eye, that have flown the flag of brilliance way up high. We're here to share these stories, changing one life at a time. Journey with us as we tell the untold stories of Africa.
Look who's back. Yes, we missed you too. The Untold Stories of Africa is back for a bigger and better year. In 2019, we got to introduce ourselves to you, and we do hope that you still run with us even in this new year. So from myself, Zilla, and the Untold Stories of Africa crew, Happy New Year. In 2019, the Untold Stories of Africa made a fantastic debut where we got to usher you into different stories of different incredible individuals that are making strides right here in Zambia. We just want to remind you of who those incredible faces are, and then hopefully see what you could be getting up to with us on this journey in 2020. Our very first interview, if you do remember, was Chilumba Bwalia from Empower Zambia. Chilumba is a fantastic mind that I know for sure I definitely want to see again this year. So you make sure that you catch this recap. Chilumba Bwalia on number 1. Welcome to yet again another episode of the Untold Stories of Africa. Today, I'm joined by the brilliant Chilumba Bwalia, and he will be sharing with us something exciting, something unheard of, because you know we are definitely about unearthing all those stories that are making headlines inside those corners that you rarely ever visit. So thank you so much, Chilumba, for joining me and for allowing us into your space and to be able to sit down and chat to you. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Zilla. You're welcome.
Yes.
It's absolutely amazing to have you.
Now, I didn't say much in my intro.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I should allow you, in your own glory, to tell us a little bit more about yourself and your role in you know, with the program and you know what you have achieved thus far.
Wow, interesting. Have I achieved anything? I doubt it.
I think you have. So, the fact that I'm here means you definitely have.
I like to think. I think we've more given people an opportunity to live their lives. Rather than achieving anything ourselves. And so the long and short of it is, you know, Empower Zambia is here, and that's what the representation of our conversation is. And as we talk about your untold stories, yes, I'd like to just share a little bit about what Empower Zambia is. Started, I think, a little over 11 years now. Nice bumpy ride, but smooth in some parts. Yeah. And it's a program that is about economic empowerment and creating sustainability that comes with helping individuals to come out of poverty and own the economic game. So be able to control, you know, and chart the way to what could be possibly life-changing economic activity. Entrepreneurship, as we call it.
Yes.
Yeah.
What got you to that point? What got you to a point where you said, this is definitely something I must do, this is something I need to start?
Yeah.
What got you there?
I think I have a heart to serve.
Okay.
First of all things, above all things. And I think it links also to how I was brought up.
Yeah.
Now, I was brought up in an environment where at any given time, we had 12, 14, 20 people in the house visiting with us.
Yes.
You know what that did? It created a sense of community. And if somebody had an issue, they had to be the one that sorted out.
Yes.
So long story short, I was the kid that gave away all his clothes to my cousins and shoes and everything. By the time my cousins were returning for holidays, I had nothing. So I then realized, grew up and realized, I have just this knack for looking at what could be better with individuals.
Yes.
And that's how it all started.
Yeah.
How can I contribute? How can I change? How can I impact?
You wouldn't blame me if I was a little bit excited about this particular episode. There's just something about a fellow young woman that is doing incredible things and making huge strides in an industry that is predominantly male. So this particular episode stands as one of my favorites. I'm not speaking for everybody, just me. Natacha Legacy Mooney featured on our second episode of the Untold Stories of Africa, and I will be very honest with you, she, from the moment I met her, has stayed very, very, very dear to me. She's one talented young lady who has taken and driven herself through the passion and the drive that it takes to get through photography, videography, and all of it. So catch episode 2 as you see and introduce yourself if you haven't seen her, or maybe remind yourself of who exactly Legacy Photography is. Now, I mean, I think you get this question a lot, but the first thing I just want to hear from you is why Legacy?
Why Legacy? Okay. I mean, for me, when I thought of the name Legacy, I mean, a legacy is a footprint that you're gonna leave here behind.
Yes.
And for me, I decided I want to leave that footprint in people's lives, you know, in form of pictures and memories, just so that you have them forever.
Nice.
Yeah.
Over the last few weeks, maybe months, I can't relatively tell, you know, there's been a few taints on your industry. There's been a few, you know, a few incidences where you hear stories of this and that one that disappointed the client, never delivered, pictures were not good. But first things first, I want to understand from your perspective, what makes you stand out? What do you think is something that could help better your industry, especially in Zambia, where it's predominantly male? So already as it is, people are looking at you and thinking, am I sure I want to do this, you know?
Right.
But obviously something over the years, since you started till now, has helped you stick. Something has helped you improve, something has helped you get better, and I just want to understand what that has meant for you, what it has entailed to get you to a point where, you know, legacy photography is on the top priority list for a lot of people that are having all kinds of events.
Right. Okay. I think for me, I'm driven by passion. I'm driven by passion for photography, and that's what keeps me going. You know, having the passion for it means I'm gonna do things the way I would want somebody to do it for me. So when I'm doing the photography, I imagine I'm doing it for myself.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do it to make myself happy and make clients happy.
Yes.
And I think that's what has kept me going over the years now, because I've been in it for
Yes,
about
it's been years now.
yeah. So I think passion and doing it as good as I would want someone to do it for myself, and that's what pretty much has kept me going. Yeah.
When did the camera happen to you?
I would say early 2014. Yeah. I mean, it was gap year. I had finished my 12th grade.
Yeah.
And I was baking, but then not too much.
So you're a baker also?
Yes.
I like cake. Just putting that out there.
we can talk.
Okay.
Can talk. Yeah. So I mean, it happened during gap year. My pastor at church, he saw a photographer in me, and you know, he talked to me about it, and he says, you know what, you should consider it as a career. Yeah. And at the time, I was like, it was like far from my mind. I had already decided, I'm gonna do this and this and this, and photography just wasn't there.
Yeah.
But then, you know, he talked to me about it, and he says, you know what, you've got interesting angles and taking pictures.
Yeah.
You know, you should get into it. That's how I started. I met up with other photographers in Zambia. I would tag along at weddings and be a second shooter. I help them shoot, learn things from them. I'm a graduate of YouTube. You know, I watched so many. I watched so many tutorials there, and that's pretty much how I built my brand and learned photography.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I can definitely tell you that by the time we were getting to episode 3, we were all just like, okay, Zambia, okay, you're showing off now. There's so many gems. Everywhere you look, there are some incredible names, incredible stories that we could share with you. Surging and his crew from SJ and Mac Incubators were definitely one amazing team to meet and talk to. Catch them in this recap as they share with us how they go about making incubators from your regular daily stuff. These guys are really making strides. If agriculture is your thing, or maybe you're into poultry farming, this recap is definitely a good reminder for you. We'll be back. So tell me a little bit about how you arrived at coming up with this product. What exactly goes into it? I don't know if it's going to be Sarjing that goes first or it's going to be Matt, but please walk me through it. Walk me through it.
Okay, yeah. The first time we started using a fridge to make an incubator. Then after making that fridge, we put in some eggs. Then we saw that some hatchings were quite impressive. Then we sat down with George, which is Sajin, and said, I think we can start making these things. If we can develop our own bodies, make them neat, make them attractive, then clients would be attracted. Yeah, so that's how we started. Then our first piece we made was a 1056 capacity.
Oh, wow.
Then we loaded about close to 100 eggs, and the hatching was very good. We had about 98% hatchability.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's fantastic. And I mean, so for how long have you been working on this project? Because I know practice makes perfect. Right. So you've definitely been improving and evolving as time goes by. And compared to when you started to where you are now, tell me a little bit about your journey and what the product looks like. If you see your first one and the ones that you make now, what does that mean? How does that make you feel?
Okay, initially from the first start, we were building up, and really is actually where people need quality products.
Yes,
and we
that's
thought
very
of
important.
it all that if at all we're arriving at what the farmer needs, which is actually the good hatch rates, we can actually get to improve more better. We had to make sure we put in our minds, we work on the quality, and actually this time around, if you try out SGM Match incubators, we produce the most quality incubators, and actually hatch rates are very, very good.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. So how many incubators on average do you get through in making in a week?
Okay, it depends actually. For now, it depends with the clientele, and the response of our clients, and who are demanding the incubators. But apparently, from the time we started producing these incubators, we've actually reached almost about 40 or so. The ones that supplied.
For the untold stories of Africa to actually have stories to tell you, we need people that are actually doing incredible things. And I will tell you for a fact that this smart and intelligent gentleman gave us quite a bit of some entertainment as we spoke to him about Zed Tracker. Regan Tembo was on our episode 4, and I can tell you for a fact that we were blown away. He's actually got a robot that he's working on, and we hopefully will give you an update later this year about how that project is going. But on top of everything, he's got what is called a Zed Tracker, a device that helps you locate stolen items or even just to upgrade the security systems within your premises. Catch this recap of Regan Tembo as we remind you exactly what 2019 felt like for us on the Untold Stories of Africa. Before we get into Elite, tell me about one of your most recent inventions, which is actually a commodity out there. People are actually buying and using it. I'm super excited. I can't wait. I need to get one for myself. Tell me about the Zed Tracker.
Okay, the Zed Tracker, it's a microchip.
Yes.
Which is developed here in Zambia.
Yes.
And it's a chip which it's an anti-theft device, where when it's placed on your machine, let's say your laptop, your vehicle, anything, or what you need to do when it's stolen, you don't need to panic. Or what you do is you come outside, you find that your laptop is not there, you just have to give it a smile, and it's just another day to arrest someone.
I like that. I like that.
You just get your phone,
your device,
your device, and you just enter your username and password. Once and I know your username and password is just global, it just stays on the internet. It doesn't matter the phone. You can even go at the internet cafe. You log in, you enter username and password. It will give you a real-time monitoring of where your laptop is in real time.
Oh wow!
You're able to tell your laptop to call you back and send you the location of where it is. You're able to do that. The laptop can call you, and you can get to hear what the thieves are talking about with your laptop.
Oh wow! You can actually hear the voices and people communicating.
Yes, because
what's the radius for that? It picks up a voice from how far?
As long as the phone call can reach.
Oh wow!
So it doesn't have a radius.
So that's brilliant.
Yes.
That's
So
fantastic.
With that one, it's a function where there are some situations where you track down your asset and you find it with someone and you discover that person said, no, it's not me who got it.
Yes.
But the voice call which you recorded, that one can prove that no, this is this.
That's brilliant. So how many clients have you had so far since the project launched?
So far, we have about 158 clients.
158. That's pretty good.
And
that's pretty good.
You're able to, for example, if it's a vehicle moving, you're able to shut it down. You can tell a vehicle to shut down on the phone.
Oh,
you can just tell, you can just write a message to your vehicle, go off. Then the car cannot move.
Off. Oh, that's fantastic. And where exactly? If I wanted this product, where do I get it from? Where do I go?
Okay. We have a website.
Yeah.
Where you just www.cyberpolani.com.
Okay.
Also on Facebook, you just write cyberpolani.com. Even sometimes people they just contact me directly. On my Facebook page, Regan Tembo. Then it's something where we have like other parts of Lusaka. We have sales agents there, and we also have other clients like in South Africa. Now we even have a partnership with some guys in Nairobi, Kenya.
Oh wow! So, look at you, international. Yes. I like that. I love it.
So far in Abu Dhabi, we have about 20 clients. So it's something where people are getting to like it, and people are trying to see how African. I know people don't trust African products, but believe me, when you try the Zed Tracker, and when you lose your asset and you can't find it, believe me. We have to get you back your money which you bought the Zed Tracker, meaning that you wasted. In that one, you can even sue us anytime.
It's that good.
Yes,
it's that good.
So
That's brilliant.
I trust the innovation.
That's brilliant.
Yes.
Tapela Vanda featured on our episode 5. Now let me tell you a little bit something about going out and actually finding stories that nearly bring you to tears. I was so moved and I couldn't even contain my excitement as Tapela let us into her home and shared with us about all her work with Zamo. Tapela, as you might find out, is the founder of Zambia Albinism Matters organization, and she has been doing some incredible work all over the country. Please catch the recap as we introduce you, or maybe remind you about who exactly Tapela is.
We don't talk about albinism. With my organization, what we've believed in is we can't leave the parents behind. We can't leave the families behind. Why? Because in the families, this is where the discrimination is mostly coming from. Let's not even go to society or community. It's starting from the families. Mothers are being discriminated. And so we've introduced programs and projects that are involving both sides, the children and the mothers. So we have a program running currently. We give out loans to the mothers because there's some mothers who have not been to school and they would want to do businesses. Then there's some mothers who said, I want to go to school, and here we introduced the adult education for them, the night schools. So they go to night school, someone grade 2, someone grade 1, which is really amazing because we see them getting empowered. Then those who are being given loans, they are involving themselves in businesses, different kinds of businesses. So after each month we go through and check on them what they're doing with the money. So going back to the children, we have different programs. We have the library, which is the new program there. So this is the reading clinic where we want children with albinism, because we know in schools children with albinism are not really seen as different as the others, but what really makes them different is the visual impairment.
Aspect,
Exactly. So these people have low sight, and we need to understand, even as a teacher, you need to know, even though this child sits in front, the child can't see. So we provide spectacles for them because of the low vision. We provide spectacles for them. Not that they're now able to see clearly, but they can able to read. It's better. Then apart from that, we go in schools to sensitize to teachers, to headmasters, and to the pupils, so that these children are accepted, and we're making sure they're learning in environments where they're safe and zero anti-bullying. So we're making sure also in communities we go in clinics. So this project is called Check on Him. check on him in the health campaign. We go in communities, families. So we talk to the families where there are children with albinism or mothers with children with albinism. We just want to see how they're living. And sometimes they don't know we're coming. So we just go there and you could see how they're living. You know, somebody can't lie about how they're living if you visit them. It's so noticeable. So we go there and see how they're living. We talk to the fathers. And the truth is that most of these women are single mothers. Why? Because men don't understand how albinism comes about.
The baby
just
is born
say,
and they run.
They just don't understand it's all about the genes. So we go in families and talk to the families. How are you living? Are you sure the child is safe? Are you accepted as a mother of the child with albinism? Then apart from that, we have the clinics reach out, where we go to the clinics, antenatal care, where we know we can find such women. So we go there, we target the audience. Our main target is the expecting mothers and women. So we talk to them about albinism. What we understand from it is that in as much as you can go for scanning, you never know what child you have unless you're married to a white man or a colored man. You know it's going to be a mixed race thing. So we go in clinics and talk to the mothers just to create more awareness. And we know there they come with their husbands and boyfriends.
How's that received?
So it's really welcoming because we first talk to the doctors and the nurses. So they introduce us before we talk to them. Obviously, it would be really awkward if we just went there. So nurses would talk to them and say, this is an organization doing this and they want to talk to you. So we go there and talk to them about albinism. And trust me, there's so much contributions when you're talking to them. Because they're shocked. Even men are shocked.
I didn't know.
Exactly. So we've targeted them because we know now they come with their husbands when they're there and they both can understand. So if the possibility or the probability is that you're going to have a child with albinism, at least they're going to remember we were once taught. So that's our target. So apart from that,
So for episode 6, I would tell you for a fact, even though you never see them on camera admitting it, but the child in all of us came to life. The crew and myself had such a fantastic time as we went and visited the Mafela team within their studio, and they shared with us how exactly they come up with Mafela. If you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say Mafela, then this reminder is definitely for you. Catch the recap of episode 6 of the Untold Stories of Africa as you introduce yourself to the Mafela team.
Well, Mateo is the character that brings most of the mischief in the series. So he's the originator of trouble. Maybe I can put it that way. So he's always coming up with ideas to test how far he can go, and then when things come crashing down, he's the first one to run away. So that's I think that sums him up. That's the kind of character he is. Always getting into trouble, first one to run away.
Ni kali groundi. Vonse vilipo. Tien kasovere pa matai.
Shukuru mchanga.
Imeyapa mnea. Jena mbofika panosoka soe nkwinangu.
Iwe pano npawa muna. Kwa wakazi nyuko kutumpelo. Ndio mkazi we batika.
Ungamenye ndano mneyo. Kasoe nkutumpelo akuli magero anzana.
Mateo, ulichemushe. Fenzo ziva ni bitri fuja wa guarantee.
Namvera chizunguzungu.
Mavuto is this amongst the group is the one who's a little bit modest, is I can say more obedient, and who tries to bring order to the three. So he's more of, let me say, when another guy comes up with let me say a weird idea, you go like, manje wenchan, well guns avaso, what if what showcase an amalite? So you go stuff like that.
Ndika imbwa ketio pak.
Guys, imbwa ni imbwa lonkangono.
Guys, mtanzeni ngenemu. Nzapitache kumbali mtengeka bola.
Okay, likanilete kantamu. Uchanchichitika Mateo.
Chani lumai.
Kizito is he's a scared guy. He's the most scared guy, but he at the same time would want to stay loyal to his friends, so he will still go on with the plans even though then it's not right.
Guys, mwanvela kakuti Mungu abwera.
Oh, Mungu abwera. Okay. Mungu abwera.
Guys, why papa?
Inenza komboka.
Guys, tifuni kuodawa.
Tenti bisame first, yo uchabwera. Yo.
Have you ever wondered how some of the things that you like, some of the things that you indulge in, how exactly you get them, how they're made? Well, I think we helped some of you answer that question in this episode. Episode 7 was us talking to Owen Mulenga from Owen Mulenga Engineering, and my oh my was I blown away. If you catch the full episode on this page, you actually get to find out all the details, but I'm just here to remind you about how he and his team make frizz-it machines. They also make your peanut butter machines from the grinding to the pounding to the actual peanut butter refining. You have all of it in the full recap right here on the Untold Stories of Africa. So now run me through the machines that you make, because I think you've told me about frizz-it machine.
Yes.
Palina grinder.
Grinding powder machine.
Ate?
Groundnut powder machine.
Groundnut powder machine. Then yambe.
Peanut butter machine.
Peanut butter machine.
Then kurina roaster.
Roaster. So if you want to say fiambala la tefio.
Fiambala. Then kurina amami mpanga ngati bampera ama
order. So yenata mkwata fiat ready made opo yali. Mulore la first muntu apanga order. And then
at times in the panga for keyboard, then guys so much.
Oh, I see. For time. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then so in total, my machines mupanga 5. Def. Malanda adi 5.
Tina landa more than 5.
More than 5. Kadi push in kulanda. Malanda adi 5.
Oya kuri yenga press.
So pakulondolo la mlenje bana yenga press ya sona.
Yenga press. Ibomba cooking oil. Panga cooking oil. Mostly
sunflower, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then roaster machine. Isalule mbalala. Then pillar. Groundnut pillar. Ifunyako ifpapa file fya brown.
Mbalala
fya brown. Then peanut butter ipanga peanut. The peanut butter machine.
So nishna muchita roast kale elo nomba. Mwaibika mni peanut butter machine nombero yambo kupanga peanut butter tefyo.
Iba so process. Ngawafu mapari roaster. Then isa muri pillar. From pillar then mwaibika muri peanut butter machine.
Okay. All right. And then from there, the material that comes out from the peanut butter machine, tina ibika na pa bread apo pene feso kutina kumbula mwana viki na shinga na pe buns.
Yes.
Ready made na ipwa na process na ipwili chef. Oh, wow. Okay. That's incredible. So after those recaps, I hope we've gotten you curious enough about what 2020 is actually going to be like. I'm so excited to have another amazing year sharing stories with you that are just going to blow your mind. I can tell you for a fact that those 7 episodes that we've reminded you about were literally just a drop in the ocean about the incredible, vast talent that Zambia and Africa and the world at large have to offer. I do wish you a fantastic 2020, and I can tell you that we are definitely going to be riding with you as we bring you more of those untold stories of Africa from myself and the crew. See you in the first episode this year. Bye-bye.